So Charleston White keeps proving to be the character that he describes himself as, and as I keep telling y'all, he is as well. He says recently that Eric Holder, Nipsey Hussle's killer, should be free, and this is the reason that he gives as to why.
Why did you say that you wanted Eric Holder free?
Because he's keeping the street rules. He uphold the street rules. It's two things you're supposed to do with a snitch. If you call a snitch, you supposed to kill him because you identified him as the snitch. That's always been the street rules. You call him a snitch while you ain't done nothing to him. Then before you do something to him, you go prove you're a snitch. So the guy who said, hey, that's a snitch, he's responsible for killing the snitch.
Yeah.
The guy who identifies the snitch, according to the street rules, you know you're supposed to go get the snitch. You the one identified him, but you go tell somebody else, hoping they get him. But you identified him, street guy. So you done bend the rules a little bit. So if you're not a snitch, you're supposed to kill and get the call you a snitch. Those are the rules. Snitches get stitches. If I ain't no stitch, you got to go get that. He call you, see, to put a bad name on you, to put a bad jacket on you. And if you don't do nothing, so that's always been the rules. So I'm saying, where do you get the rules mixed up at now where they trying to enforce the rules? But before you even got to the no snitching rule, the number one rule that they told you before you even got into the streets is trust nobody and there's no honor amongst thieves.
One thing he ain't lying about is that there ain't no loyalty amongst thieves no more. The percentage of that is just like 1 or 2%, if that. And like most people is telling on everybody to get back home to their family. So if you going into this thing as a criminal thinking that your criminal brother or cousin or whatever is going to not tell on you to get back to their family, you're sadly mistaken. But for this notion that him thinking that Nipsey Hussle was supposed to shoot Eric Holder because he called Eric Holder a snitch, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Like, we would have called Nipsey Hussle the stupidest rapper in history if he would have did this. Why? Because he doesn't operate by street rules anymore. He's elevated out of street rules. You may come from street rules and this, that, and the other, but once you get to a certain level and you making money rapping or doing this, that, and the other, you're not bound to that game no more. We would have called Nipsey the dumbest guy in history if he would have been like, oh, he a snitch. I'm going to actively pull out a gun and shoot him and lay him down because I know he's a snitch. No, what you do is what Nipsey did. Hey, you a snitch? I don't think I want that around me because I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That ain't the cloth that I'm cut from. I'm going to just tell you, go about your way. Do your thing, I'm going to do mine. But I can't be seen taking pictures with you and doing this, that, and other, all of that with you. I can't be seen doing that. Now, Eric Holder took that some type of way and retaliated. I get what Charleston is trying to say, but this doesn't apply. This rule may apply to street dudes. And it doesn't really apply to street dudes because, like I say, street dudes don't abide by these rules. Street dudes don't abide by the rules that they say they created. You know what I'm saying? But especially to Nipsey Hussle. Listen, we're going to apply it to Charleston White. Charleston White right now, let's say it's Tekashi 6ix9ine. They're both famous. They're both liable to run into each other in certain circles or in certain events or this, that, and other. And let's say Charleston felt some type of way about Tekashi, like, you know what, homie, I don't want to be taking pictures around you because I heard you snitching and you doing this, that, and the other. I'd rather you just stay over there and I stay over here. But it would be the dumbest thing ever for Charleston to be like, to see Tekashi and be like, oh, I'm going to up my gun and lay you down because as the street rules say, you a snitch, so I got to kill you. Why would you do something like that? You've elevated past that. And Charleston will tell you, in any of his characters that he tends to operate in, he gonna call the law anyway. He ain't believing in all that street rules and all of that. He gonna call the law, right? So he gonna snitch in that way. But I'm just saying, if he were to act like he was supposed to operate by street rules, we would call Charleston one of the dumbest people ever in history, seeing the ascension that he has had between doing his work in the community and blah, 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 and then shooting to the top of YouTube or, you know, all these platforms. He's up there with the top 5 of everybody that you would talk about. And you mean to tell me that he would be more gangster to all us people for giving that up to shoot somebody down that he viewed as a snitch, you'd be the stupidest person in history. As Nipsey Hussle would have been if he would have chose to do that. But I believe Charleston White would take the same angle. If you're around somebody who you don't, who got a certain snitch jacket on them, and it don't have to be just a snitch jacket. It could be any type of jacket that is not favorable to the public at the time, right? Somebody that's famous, that's going through something that's kind of get canceled right now because they said some crazy stuff. Let's just say Kanye right now. If you're a celebrity and you're in good standing, and Kanye all of a sudden want to hang with you, especially like right in the middle of the time that he was doing this rant on a certain untouchable community that we all know of, everybody would have been like, nah, hey, cuz, hey, no disrespect to you, but I don't think it's the time for us to take no pictures together. I don't think it's the time for us to be seen hanging together. This ain't the time, cuz. I.e., you're a snitch. I don't think we can hang together. You're not of my cloth. Same thing. I.e., hey, we're both famous, but you're saying a lot of stuff that I don't agree with or that's going to get you canceled. I don't think it's a good idea that we hang together. It doesn't mean that you up your gun on that person and shoot them down. No, you just distance yourself from them. Like, hey, I don't think what you're doing is for me right now. So I'm going to stay away from it. You stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. We're just going to do our thing. And then, so that doesn't make it right if that person that said they're going to be stayed away from if they want to come back and kill you. Like, it doesn't make it right on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for him to be asking for Eric Holder to be freed, it's just, once again, clickbait and Charleston White doing all these characters that he does to rile people up and get people talking. It got me talking. Obviously, I'm going to cover it. But it didn't get me too bad because I already see what he's trying to do. I already see the angle he's coming through with all the street rules and this, that, and the other. Come on, man. This guy's the last one to pay attention to street rules. And then he automatically knows that certain guys that talk the street life or they're rappers and this and that, he knows that they have gotten to a point where, yeah, they may talk this way for their album sales or for their record sales or, for the entertainment, as he does. As he keep talking and he's in these different characters, he'll tell you he uses this platform. He talks as characters so many times that he kind of loses himself. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is like him and how he talks and how he moves, it's him, but it ain't him. Because he gonna say the extra to get the rise out of the people. He gonna say the extra to get the emotion out of you, to get you mad or get us talking, you know what I'm saying, to keep him trending in the top 5. And he knows what he's doing as he actively keeps trying to drum up talk from saying stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Where he know the response is going to get. And it is what it is. My man, do what you do. Get your money. Get your money. Got me talking about it. But it is what it is. I understand what you're doing, though. But you can't trick me into thinking that, you want to downplay Nipsey Hussle and then upplay Eric Holder, who is a goofy anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Eric Holder is so real, why, just like O'Shea Duke Jackson said, where I got this video from, if Eric Holder is so real, why ain't he plead guilty after he laid Nipsey down? You going by street rules, ain't you? So after you laid Nipsey down, don't plead guilty. Man up, put your chin up and do your time, like O'Shea say. Man up, like it is what it is. But that ain't the path he chose. Now he want to plead, not guilty, I didn't do it, I was crazy, or whatever fairy tale that he want to tell the court system to try to get out of what he did. But now you did what you did, and now you going to get what you deserve. So take that path, brother. If that's the path you chose, take that path. You know what I'm saying? But I just have a problem with Charleston hyping this type of stuff up, trying to geek people up, knowing that it's nobody in their right mind that was removed from the gangster world and trying to elevate themselves, that's still going to try to operate in the gangster world as gangster rules. Even though you know that even the gangsters that are not famous and that are operating in the gangster world often don't adhere to those rules that they spread as the gangster rules of the real or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. But this your boy P Camp. You tell me what you think, what you don't think about what Charleston had to say. Charleston is character, man, and he gonna always operate in that. But you tell me what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.